So, oh gosh, interesting. I mean, it's definitely a very dynamic place and no one really knows what to do. And I think you can teach certain skills as part of massive online open courses, but there's a lot of skills you can't teach. So for the Royal College, there's a real question at the heart of this, which is what can you teach on a mass level and what do you need to teach on a personally supervised level. And certain things are very difficult to teach online, for instance, critical thinking, contextual thinking, and certainly part of design education or creative education for me and the Royal College is that you are needing to be conscious of the context in which you work and the effect that your work has on that context. And you can develop and teach certain skills online, which I fully support. For instance, how to learn and use certain software, coding, programming, processing, other kind of more technical skills, but what we find is the ability to develop contextual thinking, to understand what your intent is and to fully flesh that out, to develop kind of research methodologies, to take kind of more of an overview on that. And then the other thing, although I know Peter disagrees with me on this, it's very difficult to teach a collaborative space as part of online teaching. At the college, we're still trying to hold on to the idea that we think that design or creative education is a very physically based thing. And you learn as much from being in the same environment as peers or people from other disciplines as you would from your normal teaching space.
It's this question. And then the third year students say, do we design a poster again? We already did that last year. Okay, yeah, sure. It's like music students say, no, the D scale we practiced last week, we don't have to do that anymore.
Είναι ένα λεύκομα στο οποίο θα μπορούσε να ασκήσει κανείς κριτική γιατί το φτιάχνει τότε, αλλά δεν πάει να είναι ένα συγκλονιστικό τεχνικό επίτευγμα.
Personality to be in correlation with the genre of the text, and constantly again exploring and finding out that type can sound serious and funny and friendly. I presume that this all is like maybe evident, but still it's very misinterpreted and misused.
Anna Hurt, who teaches at the University of West Georgia. Sorry, I look at that for a second. We're very fine. And we want to talk to you about a project that we did with our students and students from other universities in the States. And we call it the Multi-State Type Throwdown.
Yes, I think when Jeff and I first started talking about this idea, we just were like, oh, okay, well that sounds like kind of fun. And so it sort of developed into this thing where we realized that it would be more fun if we had more geographic diversity. And so we started contacting people that we knew and kind of formulated these 5 schools. I think at first we thought it was going to be 4 schools and then somebody else wanted to join. So I think once people sort of once we introduced the idea to...
So the content of these books, here are the title pages, and the aim of the series was to describe, and I quote here, human activities and achievements throughout the ages which influence the life of groups of people and contacts between groups. So as with the earlier isotype work, it was concerned with issues that affected society as a whole rather than individual people.
Such multiple imagery raises questions of hierarchy, margin and centre, the direction and redirection of the viewer's gaze.
And this is Where is My Vote? Russia and the United States at the turn of the 21st century. We have our own voting problems. But the parliamentary elections in December of 2011 in Moscow were, of course, universally decried, protested around the country.